Hello students, welcome to Management Accounting class. In today's class, we are going to start the last unit of Management Accounting, that is cash flow statement. Okay. In this unit, we are going to learn about the meaning and definition of cash flow statement, the objectives of cash flow statement, the differences between cash flow statement and funds flow statement, steps in the preparation of cash flow statements, the methods of cash flow statement, and practical problems on cash flow statement. Okay. Now let us begin with the introduction of cash flow statement. As we all of us know that funds flow statement shows the overall changes in working capital and what are the factors which cause such change. But working capital comprises various current assets apart from cash, and therefore funds flow statement fails to convey clearly about the inflow and outflow of cash, because a change in working capital does not mean change in cash only, as there are some other non-cash current assets in working capital. Sometimes there may be a situation where, in spite of huge profit and sufficient working capital, the company may be struggling to meet its short-term obligations, that is, making the payment of short-term liabilities. And it may be mainly because of blocking up of cash in other current assets. And therefore, it is necessary to analyze the inflow and outflow of cash into the business, by which we can avoid possible inconveniences, and this can be done with the help of preparing a statement called as cash flow statement. Now let us understand what we mean by cash flow statement. A cash flow statement is a statement which shows the change in cash position of a firm from one period to another. It is a statement indicating the inflow and outflow of cash during a financial period. In other words, it is a statement which provides information about the cash receipt and payments of a firm for a given period. Now let us understand the definition given by Institute of Cost and Works Accountants of India. According to Institute of Cost and Works Accountants of India, cash flow statement is a statement setting out the flow of cash under distinct heads of sources of funds and their utilization to determining the requirement of cash during the given period and to prepare for its adequate provision. Which means that it is a statement which gives the information about the total sources of cash and for what purpose the cash is being utilized, by which we can determine how much cash is required during the given period, and with the help of that we can prepare the adequate provision for cash, by which we can avoid the inconveniences of cash, because we need to maintain a proper balance of cash position into the business. It should not be like more cash, it should not be like less shortage of cash. We need to have a proper amount of cash available with the business organization, and that can be possible with the help of preparation of cash flow statement, because in this statement we get to know how much balance of cash the firm has in the beginning and for what purposes the cash is being utilized and what is the closing balance. And as per this cash flow statement, we can easily identify or determine how much cash the firm may require during the given period, and with the help of that we can prepare the provision for cash. Okay, I hope you understood what I mean by cash flow statement. Now let us discuss about the objectives of cash flow statement. The first objective of cash flow statement is to assist the management in managing cash efficiently. To avoid the inconveniences of cash balance, we need to prepare cash flow statement, and this cash flow statement assists the management in managing the cash efficiently. The next objective of cash flow statement is to design the policies for internal financial management. With the help of cash flow statement, we can determine how much cash is required during the period, and with the help of that we can have a proper design for for internal financial management. The next objective is to plan for optimum utilization of cash and avoiding ideal cash or surplus. So with the help of like proper provision, we can avoid the ideal cash or surplus cash, and we will make sure that the manager will make sure that the cash is being utilized optimally. The next objective is to give clear picture of cash position. So cash flow statement will clearly give the information about the how much cash business organization has during the financial year. The next objective is to ensure timely payment of dividend, tax, loans, etc. By which, like in a cash flow statement, we make the provision, and that provision will help us to understand how much payments we need to do. So we can make that make sure that we will make the timely payment of dividend, tax, loans, etc. Next, to disclose the causes for changes in cash position of a firm. So for what purposes the cash is being utilized, what is the reason or cause for change in the cash position, that we can disclose with the help of cash flow statement. Next, to evaluate the extent to which cash planning has been successful, whether the cash planning is been successful or no, that we can evaluate, and we can give the necessary suggestions in the necessary suggestions for the future cash planning. And the last objective is to enable the management to understand the past behavior of cash cycle and to control the uses of cash in future. So this gives an information about like what is the cash cycle in the past, and with the help of that past information we can control the uses of cash in the future. Okay, I hope you understood the objectives of cash flow statement. Next, we are going to discuss about the differences between cash flow and funds flow statement. The first difference is cash flow statement is based on narrow concept of fund, that is it deals only with cash, while funds flow statement is based on wider concept of fund, that it deals with working capital. In working capital, along with cash, we take into consideration all current assets, and that is why it is a wider concept. The next difference is cash flow statement indicates the change in cash position, while funds flow statement indicates the changes in the working capital. In cash flow statement, we find out the reason of changes in the cash position, whereas in funds flow statement we'll get to know what is the change in working capital. The next difference is cash flow statement is more useful for short-term financial planning, while funds flow statement is useful for long-term financial planning. The fourth objective is cash flow statement is based on cash basis of accounting, where we take into consideration only the payments which we have received, the payments which we cash which we have received, that is receipt of cash, and the payments which we have done. And whereas funds flow statement is based on accrual basis of accounting, that is received and receivable will be taken into consideration. And the last difference is cash flow statement starts with the opening balance of cash and reaches to the closing balance of cash by considering its sources and uses, while funds flow statement tallies the various sources of funds with the uses or application of funds. Okay, in cash flow statement what we do, we take the opening balance of cash, and in that we add the sources as well as we deduct the application or uses of cash, and then we reach to the closing balance of cash. Okay, so this is the cash flow statement, whereas in funds flow statement we tally the sources of funds with the uses of fund or application of fund. The next one is steps in preparing cash flow statement. There are two steps in the preparation of cash flow statement. First one is ascertainment of cash from operations, and the second one is preparation of cash flow statement. Now what do you mean by ascertainment of cash from operation? Cash from operations is the important source of cash in the cash flow statement. Okay, so that is the reason the net profit disclosed by the profit and loss account cannot be taken as cash from operations. The reason is profit and loss account includes non-cash items, that is non-operating items like depreciation, write-off fictitious asset, profit or loss on sale of fixed asset, transfer to reserves, and therefore net profit needs to be adjusted for such non-cash items to ascertain cash from operations. Okay, so the firm wanted to know like what is the amount of cash received by the organization from their operating activities, and that is why we cannot take net profit as disclosed by profit and loss account, because in net profit along with the operating income and non-operating income they take operating expenses and non-operating expenses also, which means that along with operating expenses and income they take into consideration non-operating expenses and non-operating income as well in the preparation of profit and loss account, and that is why we cannot take net profit as it is given in the profit and loss account. So how we can calculate cash from operations? We can take profit given in the in the profit and loss account, and we can add back all the non-operating expenses debited to profit and loss account, and we can deduct non-operating incomes added in the revenue from operations, and whatever balance remain that we can take as cash from operations. Okay, and thus cash from operations in the first instance can be calculated in the way in which funds from operations are calculated in case of funds flow statement. Okay, so how we calculate funds from operation in funds flow statement? The similar calculation we have to do here in the cash from operation. Okay, and later on funds from operations so calculated are adjusted with the changes in current assets and current liabilities except cash in hand and cash at bank. So the what is increase and decrease in current asset, those changes we have to adjust it, and therefore in order to ascertain cash from operations, two statement we need to be prepared. First one is statement of funds from operations or adjusted profit and loss account, and statement of cash from operations. Okay, so what do you mean by statement of cash from operations? The statement of cash from operations is prepared by taking funds from operations as basis. Okay, then decrease in current assets except cash and bank, and increase in current liabilities except bank overdraft are added to this base funds from operations, and similarly increase in current asset except cash and bank and decrease in current liability except bank overdraft are deducted from the base funds from operations, and the balance will be cash from operations. Okay, and this is the format of cash from operations, statement of cash from operations. So as I said, first we have to take funds from operations as it is. We have to calculate funds from operations as per statement of funds from operations. Okay, that is fund flow statement, and in that we have to add notional cash received. In notional cash received, decrease in current assets will come and increase in current liabilities will come. Okay, after that we need to deduct notional cash paid. In notional cash paid, increase in current assets will come and decrease in current liabilities. Okay, when like see here, in decrease in current asset, which means that like when there will be like sale of stock or sale of goods, then the amount of stock will get reduced. Okay, so that can be considered as notional cash received as decrease in current asset. Increase in current liabilities, like for example, when you purchase the raw material, your stock amount will increase, as well as there will be increase in current liabilities. Okay, so therefore we have to take increase in current liabilities as cash received, and from that notional cash paid we have to decrease, that is increase in current asset and decrease in current liabilities will be considered as notional cash paid. So when you make the bills payment, your cash will get your bills payable will get reduced, so that is decrease in current liabilities. Okay, and when there will be like when you purchase any raw material or when you purchase any asset, current asset, you need to make the payment. So when your current asset increases, cash goes out from the business, so that is why it is called as notional cash paid. So this balance we have to take in inner column and total we can take it outer column. Okay, so this notional cash paid we have to deduct from this balance this amount, and whatever balance remain, that is cash from operations. After that we need to prepare cash flow statement. Okay, a cash flow statement is prepared in the same way in which funds flow statement is prepared. The changes in cash position from one period to another period is computed by taking into account the sources and application of cash. Okay, so these are the example of sources of cash: internal sources of cash, that is cash from operations, and external sources of cash. Okay, the next one is methods of cash flow statement. There are two methods of cash flow statement. The first one is traditional method and second one is modern method. In traditional method we have an account form, and in a report form, that is statement. So this is the format of cash flow statement in report form or in statement form. Okay, so particular and to amount column, that is inner and outer column. So the calculation, as I said, begin with the opening balance of cash, cash in hand and cash at bank we have to take, and in that we have to add all the sources of cash. These are the example of sources of cash: issue of shares for cash, issue of debentures for cash, long term and medium term, medium and short term loans, sale of fixed asset, non-trading income, sale of investment, cash from operations, etc. So after deducting total sources of cash in the opening balance of cash, we get the total cash available, and from this total cash available we need to deduct application or uses of cash. Okay, so these are the example of application or uses of cash, that is redemption of preference shares, redemption of debentures, purchase of fixed asset and investment, repayment of loans, cash lost in operations, non-trading payments, etc. Okay, so we have to make the total of inner column, take it in outer column, and deduct this total from total cash available, and whatever balance remain, that is the closing balance of cash. Okay, so how much closing balance of cash in the form of cash in hand and cash at bank, that we have to mention here. So this is the cash flow statement as per traditional method. Okay, the format is available on SharePoint, you can copy down that. The next method is modern method. In modern method we have two sub methods. One is direct or as per accounting standard 3, and the second one is indirect method or as per accounting standard 3 or as per SEBI or revised accounting standard. Okay, direct method as per revised. This is the format: cash from operating activities, that is cash received from customer, cash paid to creditors and employees we have to deduct, then cash generated from operations we have to take, from that we have to deduct income tax paid. Next, cash flows from extraordinary item we have to take, and from that extraordinary item we have to deduct. So first we have to take what? Receipt, that is inflow of cash, and from that outflow of cash we need to deduct, and this way we have to find out the balances in all the activities, and we have to make the total. So total will be net cash from operating activities. Okay, next one is cash flows from investing activities. So investing activities includes purchase of fixed asset or purchase of investment. So in what you have invested your fund, so the details of that we can find in cash flow from investing activities. So if you have purchased the purchase of fixed asset, then that will be outflow of cash. If it is sale of fixed asset, that will be inflow of cash. So from this inflow you have to deduct the outflow, and the balance will be profit or cash from fixed asset. Okay, next purchase of investment, similar. Next, if you have received the dividend, take that. Interest if you have received, take that, and find out the net cash from investing activities. Okay, and the last one is cash flow from financing activities. Here it will come in financing activity, the share capital will come. So the proceeds from issuance of share capital, proceeds from long term borrowings. Okay, then repayment of long term borrowings we have to deduct, interest paid we have to deduct, dividend paid we have to deduct. So all these are the outflow. So this outflow we have to deduct from inflows, and the balance will be net cash used in financing activities. Next one, we need to find out whether there is a net cash increase or decrease in cash and cash equivalent. Okay, so in that, here you will get the net cash increase or decrease in cash and cash equivalent. In that we have to add cash and cash equivalent at the beginning of the period, and after adding cash and cash equivalent at the beginning of the period, we can get the cash and cash equivalent at the end of the period. Okay, so this is the direct method as per accounting standard 3. Next one is indirect method as per accounting standard 3 revised method. Okay, cash flow statement. So here again the activities are divided into 3 types: cash flows from operating activities, cash flows from financing, and investment. So first one, net profit, as it is cash flows from operating activities, and this is the format. First we have to take net profit made during the year, then we have to adjust non-fund item. So here the calculation will be similar to the cash from operations in traditional method. Okay, so first we take net profit, then we add non-fund items. So the example of non-fund items are depreciation, goodwill written off, preliminary expenses, provision for bad debt, provision for taxation, proposed dividend, loss on sale of fixed assets and investment, non-trading payments. Okay, then we have to make the total, and the total will be operating profit before adjustment of working capital. Okay, so we need to make the adjustment of working capital. So if there is a decrease in current asset, that we have to take, that we have to add. Increase in current liability we have to add, then we have to deduct increase in current asset and decrease in current asset. Okay, and after doing this, whatever balance remain, that is cash from operating activities, and from this cash from operating activities we have to deduct the tax, and the balance will be net cash flows from operating activities. Okay, the second one is cash flows from investing activities. So here first cash received from sale of fixed asset will come, then cash payment for purchase of fixed asset. Okay, so this is the first one is inflow and second one is outflow. So this outflow we have to deduct from inflow, and balance we have to take. Same is the case with investment, and if you received any cash advances and loans made, that is outflow. If you have given cash advances and loans to a third party, then that will be outflow. Then cash from repayment of advances and loans made to the third party, that is inflow. Okay, so we have to make the total here, and the balance is net cash flows from investing activities. Okay, if it is positive, write the plus sign. If it is negative, write the minus sign. Okay, next one is the last one, cash flows from financing activities. Okay, in financing activities, first one is cash received from issue of shares, cash received from issue of debentures, and cash received from borrowings. Okay, that is inflow of cash. Then from this total inflow of cash, we need to make the payment for redemption of debentures, preference shares, then cash payment for amount of loan borrowed, cash payment for interest and dividend, cash drawings by proprietor or partners. So all these we have to deduct, and the balance will be net cash flows from financing activities. So in this way we have to find out cash flows from all three activities, and then we have to find out net increase or decrease in cash and cash equivalent, and from that cash and cash in that net increase or decrease in cash and cash equivalent, we have to add cash and cash equivalent at the beginning of the period, that is opening balance of cash. So if you add opening balance of cash in net increase or decrease in cash and cash equivalent, we get the closing balance of cash. Okay, and this closing balance should be tally with the balance of cash and cash equivalent given in the balance sheet. If it is tally, your answer is correct. Okay, so this is in modern method. This indirect method is important. So we have solved problem on indirect method and traditional method. Okay, in examination there will be they may ask solve as per the traditional method or as per the direct method or indirect method. Okay, the accounting standard 3 or accounting standard 3 or AS3 was issued by Institute of Chartered Accountants of India on changes in financial position in the year 1981. Okay, and this standard has been replaced by the accounting standard 3 revised, that is cash flow statement, in the April 1997, and this standard has been made mandatory with effect from April 2001 for the following enterprises. Okay, so as per this update, as per April 2001, so these are the enterprises for whom cash flow statement is compulsory. Okay, or they have to prepare cash flow statement. Enterprises whose equity and debt securities are listed on a recognized stock exchange in India, and all other commercial, industrial and business reporting enterprises whose turnover for the accounting period exceeds ₹50,000. Okay, even after this April 2001, there is a change in the accounting standard 3. According to AS3 revised, cash flow statement should be presented in a manner that it reports cash flows during the period, classifying by operating, investing and financing activities. Okay, now what do you mean by operating activities? These cash flows are derived from the major revenue producing activities of a business enterprises. Example of cash flow from operating activities are cash received from sale of goods and services, cash received from the royalties, fees, commission, and in case of payment, cash payment to suppliers and cash payment to the employees on behalf of owner or on behalf of organization. So these are the example of operating activities. So next one is cash flows from investing activities. These activities include transactions that involve the purchase and sale of fixed asset and investment. Okay, and the last activities is financing activities. These are the activities resulting in the changes in size of owner's capital and borrowings of the enterprises. Okay, so this is the theoretical explanation of cash flow statement. In the next class you will get the problems on cash flow statement for 5 marks. Okay, I hope you understood what do mean by cash flow statement and what is the reason we need to prepare the cash flow statement though we have the fund flow statement. Okay, thank you.